morning. This is Chris Childress with Third Day Solutions, and welcome to the premiere episode of Preferred Contractor Confidential. Today, we are here with J&A Construction. We will be talking everything flooring, bathroom remodel, kitchen remodel, marble, I don't know, granite. It's going to be exciting. So come on, let's go inside and check it out. We are here with Aramis Gomez and Heido Velasquez of J&A Construction. Fellas, thanks for welcoming me into y'all's showroom. This is an amazing place. I see flooring and marble and granite. Man, just I tell you what, tell me something about your business. What is it y'all do?
Well, I'm Aramis Gomez. I am one of the owners of J&A Construction, and we do pretty much all type of remodeling work in here. We also own a granite shop, so we do all our stone is like in-house. You know, we do all the way from like painting, flooring, countertops, bathroom renovations, pretty much anything that have to do with construction. We've been in business pretty much for close to like 6-7 years now.
Okay, well, great. All right, well, I tell you what got y'all started in this business?
Oh, well, I mean, we started, like he said, you know, with a countertop business. That was our main thing. And then every time we made it to like somebody's house, they were always asked, do you know any painters? Do you know any guys that do flooring? Do you know any type, you know, besides what we were doing? And that's when we were like, man, we can be that.
Why is it they always ask us
Yeah.
that question? You know, it's like, hey, I like you.
Yeah.
Show me some other people that you know.
Exactly.
Right?
That's how it started, you know. We're like, we can be that. We can be that people. We can be that guy, you know.
Okay.
And it sells it, you know, because they're only dealing with one person now. Like, we are like pretty much the whole package. You know,
that is true. Yeah, it seems like the clients do like a turnkey package. One call, get them in.
And that's it. Yeah, that's pretty much.
That's what y'all do. Okay,
Yep.
good.
That's it.
I tell you what, tell me what sets y'all apart from all the other custom contractors around here.
Well, I think one of the things that like make us a little different than everybody, and I'm not saying that the other people are not as good as we are or better, you know. But we like to, for us, communication is the main key, you know, with the clients. So we're always on the job site from day one to the last day when we get the last check, you know.
Yeah.
So I feel like for the client it's very important when they're dealing with a contractor. It's like pretty much every day on the job site. It's easy for them to talk to the contractor and talk to the guy doing the work, you know. Especially when they have questions, you know, like clients always, they want to hear what they want to hear, but they want to hear from the owner, you know, like to feel better. So I feel like for me and Heido, that's one of the things that like have bring us like apart, and on the long road, that's why we're getting a lot of clients nowadays, because they love working with us. They know that they're going to get, you know, 100% quality plus communication. Our main thing is for the customer to feel like, you know, like friends, family when they're working with us, not just a contractor. The whole point for us is to finish the job and, hey, we're still a friend. Call me for your next project. Don't call anybody else. So that's, I feel like that's one of the things that got us along, you know, and down, you know, like to grow to where we at nowadays.
Yeah, we got customers that it's crazy, you know, like we finish the project and sometimes they have like an event at the house and they call us to go, and like, guys, you know,
that means something.
That's a lot.
Something.
That's, you know, for a customer to call you.
Into their home.
And like we had a few that called us, be like, hey, we have a Thanksgiving at the house. You're more than welcome. We are gonna, you know, or pool day.
Like a barbecue. I'm putting some burgers on the grill, but you're talking Thanksgiving dinner. Come on over for Christmas morning. I got you a present for the tree. That would be nice.
We even have one that she owns a house in Honduras. She do like Airbnb. And she was like, guys, I'm going over there for 3 months. You're more than welcome to come with the family. Like, just come enjoy my.
What?
I was like, man, that's a lot.
To get to that point, though, you almost really give these clients a lot of trust. I mean, they have got to believe in you to be inviting you on vacation.
Oh yeah. We're always trying to give like more than 100%, like oversell. And that, like he said, like other companies, they got project managers, they got this guy, that guy, but you get us.
Yes.
You get us, the owners. The owners is the ones that's coming to your house going to be the project manager for you. We're going to be the owner for you. We're going to be taking care of everything, So
I find that makes a big difference. Communication, probably number one.
Yes, yes.
Every client that I've ever heard from has always, that's the number one thing.
Yes.
And sometimes you just can't help it. You set a schedule, like, I'll be there next week. But something happens, and as long as you communicate with them, I find, most people are reasonable.
Yes, yes.
But if you don't talk to them, you don't let them know, they definitely become unreasonable.
Exactly, yeah.
So that's great, yeah. And it's really important when they get the person that they think. That's where I think y'all build the trust so much. Because if they just talked to you one time and saw you in this great showroom,
you're coming from payday and that's it.
And I'll be back when the check's done. Right?
Exactly, yeah.
You'd be surprised. I mean, that happens. It happens. I mean, and I understand people get busy and they got a lot going on and they got a project manager for the job or whatever, But it's very important that you show your face to the client.
Yes.
Especially because you want to get paid when the job is done, but you also want to get called by the same client again.
Right.
Once you get called by the same client a second time, you did the things that you were supposed to do.
You did it right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, repeat business by far is
that's
the best business. So yeah, you really have to build that trust like y'all obviously are doing.
Yep.
So that is great news. Great news. So on a normal project, can you walk me through step by step how it would typically go?
So pretty much, I mean, the first thing that it happens, we get a phone call from the client, During the phone call, we get and we ask the question, I mean, what are we doing? What kind of project are you looking to get done? Then from there, we set up an appointment. We go to the house, meet up with the client for the first time, just to walk the job and see what ideas they have, what do they want to do. Like, for example, if they want to remodel a bathroom, we want to get to the job site and see the space, see what kind of ideas they have, what do they want to do, like replacing cabinets, painting, light fixtures. So the main thing is just meet up with the client in person, go through the steps of what they want to do, and then from there, after we get all the measurements and meeting with the clients, we put an estimate together for them. Then we send it. Once they approve that estimate, then we set up a starting day. But most important is, and one of the main things that we always do is like, the estimate got approved, we're ready to start. But the main thing for our company is you got to have all the materials on site before we start the job. We don't want to get into the client's house and demo the whole house, and then something happens with the delivery, and then the client is without a bathroom for 3 weeks, and you don't know when you're going to get the material. So from there, that's how we start. That's the main, that's the beginning of the project. Once you get into the job, let's just check on the job every day, make sure everything is just
running.
rolling.
Yeah, make sure everything's running, and
When I was looking through your website, I seen where y'all use in-house installers. That means a lot too.
Yes.
That's accountability. That is like, hey, I know these guys personally.
Yes.
You'll find a lot of those guys, they sub out jobs to people, and and they don't know what they're doing. And how can you control that quality?
And then the thing is about that too, that you mentioned, is that makes the job quicker too. When we have the guys pretty much working for us, like that way, if I can get you the painter tomorrow, I can get it in tomorrow. I don't have to wait for the painter to be finished with a house because he's doing a project with somebody else, so that's what makes everything easier for us, like that. Cabinets, cabinets, how cabinets are, like this cabinet can take for a month, like to 3-4 weeks, so that makes a big difference,
Oh yeah, I can definitely understand that. It's like me having my own dump truck.
Yes.
I don't have to worry about, oh, you can't get there until Tuesday? Well, not a problem. I'm just going to jump in my truck and go do it
Yep,
myself.
go get and drive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is great to have in-house people.
That will get you the job faster than anybody else when you can do it yourself. Like if you get somebody, for example, with us, somebody want a stone, piece of stone in a vanity or the kitchen or whatever, and some people will be like, well, it's going to be 2 weeks because, well, I mean, we do it over here.
Yeah.
So if you want to have a vanity and you want to have your bathroom done, we just get it in here, you pick the material, we cut it, and the guys go and put it in.
So y'all do it right here on site?
Yeah, we have the machine in the back, we have a compressor, we have all the tables, we have a truck, trailer, we got everything pretty much.
Okay.
So yeah, we do everything in here. So that's easy for the client too. When they do a job with us and you have countertops involved on the job, instead of we will send the client to pick up the stone in the yard, but then they will send me an email with the price and everything. Once that is set up, they will deliver the stone directly to here. We put it down, we cut it, we fabricate it, and hey, we go on the next day and put it in. I mean, it doesn't happen like that all the time where I'm going like the next day because you have to wait on the cabinet guy, you got to paint the cabinet, but the stone will be ready. It's not like we got to wait for somebody, let me see when I can send my installer, let me see when I can do the job. So that makes it easy for the client too. When they go with us, they can get pretty much a full package because we do pretty much everything.
Right.
So I feel like as a contractor, I feel like we're pretty blessed to have a granite shop and do construction at the same time. We can because a lot of the contractors that we know, they do the same type of work that we do, but they got to call me or Heido to get the stone done because we're on a granite shop. You see, so.
Yeah. So in y'all's line of work, what do y'all find is the one thing that usually takes the longest that you have to wait?
Sometimes be cabinets, but that's normal, that's because that takes a little longer than. Because like he said, countertops, I can have a 3-4 job, slab job, and we can do it one day.
Oh, wow.
But a kitchen that big, it takes a week or two for the cabinet guy to build all the cabinet. But that was still a normal time, for a cabinet guy. So I think cabinet will be the one that takes. But the way we do it is, so we start the demolition, like he was saying at the beginning. But as soon as I start demolition, I get my cabinet guy to start building cabinets. That way I don't wait until it's his turn and then wait 2 more weeks.
Yeah.
That way, if something happens, the customer probably will wait a day or 2 for their cabinet instead of waiting 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So that what makes everything go easier like that. As soon as we do demolition, call the cabinet guy, he comes measure, and I'm like, hey, start building the cabinets. And then by the time, we already had the floors, the painting, the walls or something, ready for him.
Well, just talking to y'all, it is obvious that y'all are not just now starting out in this business. You have had enough time to figure out how to navigate
Yep.
all of the good and the bad in this business. So
we learn. Every day is a new things that we learn. Okay, next time we're not going to do it like that. We're going to do it this way.
Right. And earlier you mentioned something that made me think. As a contractor, we can't control every aspect of a job site. No matter how hard we try to make it a perfect situation, sometimes something's just going to go wrong.
Yes.
And so I guess what I'm saying, have y'all ever had that same experience?
With the material situation, that's what we learned from that. Because one time, remember, I think we were going to start a job on a Monday. And then we didn't have the showroom back then. Okay. We didn't have the showroom. We were just we pretty much just started doing construction. So I ordered the material. The guy tells me it was going to be here Monday. So I'd send the guys to do demolition Friday and Saturday. So Monday comes, and I'm ready to go get the material, the floor and everything. The guy tells me the floor, something happened. There's going to be a week delay. So now I have the customer without flooring,
No.
So that's why from that day we're like, no, everything has to be in. Right. I'm not gonna, whatever they tell me over there, I'm not gonna go for that, because things happen. So that's how we learn from that, and I think that would be the only
prevent that from happening.
And now we got, that's how we're like, well, we don't just get a showroom as well, and then we can, do that as well, So it's hard to communicate somebody else. Now I can communicate with the distributor with the floor. Be like, hey, what's going on? Tell me, because sometimes the other people will not tell you what's going on. Like what they don't tell you the truth. So,
and that's that means a lot. What to me a good contractor is one that can take those problems, figure out how to navigate around it, and to do the right thing. To really show their character. Because I've had problems where something happens and it was completely out of my control.
Yeah.
But the real question is, how do you handle it?
How do you fix the problem? Yeah. How do you fix the problem?
Yeah, because that's the worst whenever it's something out of your hand. Like, what can you do if the material is not in? Like, there's nothing you can do. Just wait.
Right.
So that the only way to prevent it is having it ready.
Yes.
Just get everything in.
It's completely out of your hands. So the best thing to do is, like I said before, is just not starting the job until all the materials are on site. Once you have everything on site, then you start the demolition, because that you got everything to cover the demo that you're doing. Like I say, man, the worst thing you can do to a client is just demo the whole bathroom, and then the material just got delayed somewhere, and now the customer is without a bathroom for like 2-3 weeks, and it's not your fault. You didn't mean for the material to take that long, but they're not going to want to hear that
Right.
you told them something and something is not right now. So, and that's the worst thing you can have. I feel like as a contractor and as a business owner, the last thing that you want to do is have a client texting you and every single time of the day just because something is not right. You want everything to be smooth so you can focus on the other things that you're doing. So that's how we learn. And it happens to anybody. You learn from your mistakes, and if you want to make the same mistake again after it happens, I guess you didn't learn. So,
Yeah, that's true. They say it's only a mistake if you don't learn from it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's a lesson.
Yeah.
That's great.
Exactly.
And you talked about those phone calls all hours of the night. I hear other contractors complain about that. And it's like you just said, well, stop making it happen.
Yeah.
If you can look ahead and foresee the problem and fix it before it becomes a problem, you're not going to get those midnight phone calls from the client wanting like, what about this?
When you going to come back?
That's right.
and don't get me wrong, we will answer to the client any time of the day. And I let my clients know, you can call me or text me anytime, I would answer.
Right.
But if it is for something like, for example, to talk about the job or making a change or anything, but not because something is not right,
Yes.
because you don't want to hear that at 7 o'clock. Hey, what is going on? I'm taking a shower in the patio.
That's right. Yeah.
So,
those are bad phone calls.
yeah.
Yeah, those are when you're on vacation. You don't want those either.
Oh, no, that is never a good. So right now in y'all's line of work, what's the hot item? Is it first off? Is it bathrooms or kitchens? What do you find that most of your clients are they doing complete makeovers or just picking one room?
It seems like it's master bathroom for sure, and the kitchen. Sometimes in the kitchen, we probably don't do everything. We just change the countertops and just paint cabinets. But in the bathroom, it's always like thorough. And then sometimes me and him, we walk in, and as soon as we walk in, we tell the customers, like, as soon as we see a bathroom, we already know, like, in our mind, like, but I know what to do here. And I always let the customer know, you got a lot of potential in this bathroom. You can do a lot of things in here.
Yeah,
But,
that's always a nice way of saying that your stuff looks crap.
Oh.
It's like, you got so much potential because it's just that bad. It's
Yeah.
yeah,
That's a nice way to say it.
Figured out a nice way to say it too. That's great. So what right now, like on your flooring, what do you find is what most people are going with right now?
Vinyl.
Yeah, we're doing a
Vinyl.
lot of
Like
vinyl.
vinyl is, we haven't done what
We just did one.
we just did a wood job.
Yeah, we just did one.
Glue down, and it's been a while since
No.
everybody's going for vinyl.
Come on.
That's the thing right now. Vinyl. They got different vinyls, it go by pricing, like thickness and all that other stuff. So I feel like it's a good choice. And I feel like it's water resistant. It doesn't scratch much as wood,
And you can
So
also remove it as easy. You can remove it easy if you need to
Yeah.
repair something with the slab. You just can remove it and just put it back. It's easy to work. If you do the engineer hardwood floor
yeah.
and you use the glue down, and if you have a problem with the slab or there's a leak or something, you gotta bust all the floor, take all the glue. The floor is not gonna be good anymore when you take it out. So obviously hardwood is more expensive, because it's a harder job to do. As far as like the installation, you got to do the glue down. Sometimes you have to
level the floor.
level the floors, all this stuff. But vinyl is an easy process to do the job. But you can also find a luxury vinyl that is really high end as far as like cost. You can spend $15,000-$20,000 depending on the size of the house.
Wow.
But vinyl's in style right now. A lot of people does vinyl now. They got all type of colors, all type of finish. It's easy to install, it's easy to maintain, waterproof. So yeah, if you would ask me what would I do, I would do vinyl before I do hardwood, unless you don't care if you have to rip it for some reason, then pay again.
Well, some people are particular and they want what they want.
Yeah.
And it also depends on the house too. Some houses you're gonna have to go with the hardwood. It goes with the house. It goes with the value of the house, too. But
Yeah.
vinyl is a really high-end material as well. They got many prices, like I don't say, many thickness. Yeah.
I know my wife and I are working on a project right now, small little project, but it has vinyl flooring that looks like wood.
It looks so good. I mean, it looks like wood, It looks like wood.
I kind of stayed out of it, when it comes to the design aspect. I'm like, hey, there you go, you take that. And she kind of moved over. She's like, what do you think about this? And I was like, it's wood floor. She's like, no, it's vinyl. We can clean it easy, and it's going to be waterproof. And I was like, okay, yeah, sure. But then she moved over to the marble. That was like, you know how it can be.
Oh, yeah. And like I said, we always trying to tell people what's the best thing out there. Sometimes they do listen, sometimes they don't. But we're just trying to help, because we know, for example, like you say, marble. Marble to me is, it's not it's more like a fancy way to make your bathroom, Yeah. But if you're gonna be using your bathroom every day, and we always let them know, make sure this is gonna change colors, something's gonna happen. It's not gonna stay like that forever, because that's marble. And you cannot help it. It's marble.
You're in your business and you're just giving them information hey, you don't know this aspect about this thing. Let me tell you what to expect. And now you have all the information.
Oh,
you can
yes.
make a more educated decision.
Exactly. Or whenever, some customers call and be like, hey, I want black tile in my shower. And I was like, do you know what's going to happen to that black tile?
Yeah.
That black tile is not going to stay black forever.
No.
Because the soap, it, takes everything, water.
Oxidation
Yeah.
and all
Yeah.
that stuff, right? You got to have perfect water.
Oh.
Hard water,
Yep.
soft water, it's going to be something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the best thing you can do is just talk to the client and make sure you let her know that you know what you're talking about, and then explain to them look, marble is beautiful, it's a really high-end material, it's expensive, and it's gonna look like $1 million bathroom, but it's also gonna look like a $50 bathroom after a year if you use the bathroom every day, because marbles crash really easy if you don't be careful. It will get it will lose the shine with time. So, but it's beautiful. Don't get me wrong. That's why it's marble. It's beautiful, but it also looks beautiful. And when you don't use your bathroom, do marble and just leave it in there. Take pictures.
Yeah, basically we're not,
marble's great for that little half bath that
Yes.
guests see and never doesn't get used very often.
And see, that's one of the things that we do, me and him, because somebody else will not care. Oh, you want marble? I get you marble. I don't care. I want your money. But see, that's the type of relationship we create with the customers. Because it's not about just selling. It's not about just, I want your money.
Yeah,
it's about, I'm treating you like I'm doing my house. This is my house. If you want to listen, okay, but I just don't want to take your money, Because sometimes you can ask customers, Like they ask me for things, and I always tell them, "No, I don't think you need that. Like, you can save money on that and do this."
Yeah.
And that's what they like, because they want to hear that. Like, I want you to save money, like,
Right.
not just take your money.
Well, that's a really big aspect of getting them to trust you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and good contractors are not out there to try to, get one over on the client. You're here to just help them
Yes.
in your aspect of work. I've got one right now that I'm working on, and she didn't ask for this, but the other day I was there and I said, you know what, this needs this. So I took some materials, started moving it around and did it and shaped it, and there it was. And she walked out, she was like, I didn't even think about that. And I was like, well, if it was my house,
Exactly.
that's what I've done.
This
do.
way.
She's like,
Yep.
I love it. It's great. So,
Yeah.
definitely.
You just gain another phone call right there. after doing that.
Yeah, indeed. And it's always when you can take that client and show them that. Mm-hmm. That's where your repeat business is going to come from, and and your referrals.
Yeah.
Referrals are definitely the best form
It's the best.
of advertising that you can get. So check them out on jacustomconstruction.com. Go ahead and take a look. And if you like what you see and you like what you heard today, well, then give them a call. What kind of number should they call?
They can call 225-810-0612, or they can call 225-354-9325, and that will be me and Jairo, Aramis and Jairo. Remember, when you work with J&A, you get the owners. So yeah, you don't want to miss on the opportunity.
There you go. Well, I hope this was recorded so that way, if you didn't have pen and paper, you could go back, look, and write those numbers down. So today we're here with J&A Custom Construction, and this has been wonderful. I just want to thank y'all so much.
Thank you.
And I want to thank you for tuning in to the Preferred Contractor Confidential, where you, the client, get to meet the contractors out here. You really get to know them, and you get a good insight as to who they are and what their character is about. Thank you for tuning in to Preferred Contractor Confidential.